Hello everyone. In this video we're going to look at further improvements to our project flow MCP server, an MCP server that can manage creation and execution of the tasks, projects and various other objects related to managing of your code base. So let's have a look at what we've got so far. Basically, we've got our MCP server that has multiple tools to create tasks, update task list, tasks, get, as well as same for projects. And recently we included epics into it, where we shifted from explicitly mentioning in the tool the type of object to make sure that the tools can support all the objects. So list objects can support, and get object can support tasks, project and epics, and in the future any other object that we decide to add into our MCP tool. So at the moment we've got in our task list view or project manager view, we can select in the left side sidebar a project. So project flow is the project we're developing now. Basically we're developing project flow is basically, you know, that MCP server which we currently developing further. We've added concept of epics. Now epics sit between projects and tasks. So parent of an epic can be project, but then epic can have children which are tasks. So what we want to do now is make sure that we can display that hierarchy somehow in our UI. So I'm going to show you what I have done using Google AI Studio. If we've got that npm run dev, if we can set it up. That did not work. That's interesting. Let's have a look if we can just fix it. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's copy it. So if I can get it done, I would like to show you. Cannot find module because this is not Windows. So this is Linux. This is Linux. Oh, are we? That's weird. Alright, so I got temp. Interesting. That kind of makes sense why it's erroring. So what I would need to do is open connect.wsl. And I want to open temp in here. Maybe this was the problem. connect to WSL. Okay, we're connected now. Project temp. Let's have a look. If I can run this new npm install, let's have a look if we can just install it and run it. Run dev. Right, long story short, and it seems like it's working in WSL. Long story short, basically what I've done is I went to Google AI Studio, and surprisingly it gave me really nice basically option to integrate or you know idea to integrate these cards or nested cards into my current project. So what I've done is I don't have the prompt because unfortunately when I was setting up Google AI Studio I didn't have history included. So if I go to generate media, did I do it here? Build. Is it going to show me your apps? No, it doesn't show me because I didn't have the history saved. So yeah, so I used this tool basically to create Gemini app, and surprisingly it came up with really good basically copy of my screenshot. So I went over there and I said, right, I took a screenshot of project flows and I said, right, this is my application, I've got these cards, I'm looking to introduce another layer being epics, and I want you to excuse me, to come up with idea how to best implement it, and it came up with like this solution. So, and I went to a few others and I've done the same, and obviously this one was the best. It kind of already almost like read my mind because I had something like that in my mind. So I was really impressed with what it came up with. So what I want to do now basically is create a task that will move that solution or look at that solution and implement it inside my current project flows. Now, from my experience in the past, things like that are quite tricky and quite difficult to achieve. So yeah, we'll see how is that gonna work out. But yeah, let's start on it. So we are both projects are open. There's one, the temp one, that is the one developed by Google. And we have as well our project flows. So what I'm going to do is select project flows in here, and I want to tell Claude should be quite good, but I'm quite interested how Codex will do. But before I do that, I don't know which way to start. I'm going to start from here. Right. Analyze the task list page and the cards on the task list. There's two types of cards, or even three types of cards. There's standard tasks as well as epics and projects. I am looking to create different type of card for epics and projects that will have nested tasks within the card. I do have another project where I already have a good example of that. So create a task with a concept that we will be implementing the solution using template from another project. This solution using examples from another project. I will provide a path to this project so you can investigate it properly. Right, so so let's have a look at this guy here. So nice, it's actually going to create the task, create unified entity cards. Okay. Okay, there was a problem, so let's stop it. Let's refresh it. And we ask try again. So it looks like there has been some changes. Oh yeah, there's a task. There's been some changes to the server, so I had to refresh it. Now what do we have? We have So let's have a look at that again. Okay, so we listed everything in here. Okay. So we've got that. That's a good start, I think. I am actually going to switch now to, I will carry on with Claude. Right, let's proceed. So I will say get task. Oh, actually, I don't really need to carry on with Claude. Let's have a look if I can. Right. Implementing custom card epic project. Right, I'm going to close that off and I will see if I can pick up where I left off with the conversation. Maybe actually using, yes, that's really amazing. Oh no, open in, continue in the current window. That's amazing. So basically we can walk between different projects, which is nice. So, right. As I mentioned earlier, I already have a project where I have an example of the card nesting that I would like to implement in project flows. I have changed the project folder now, so please can you investigate this project and see the implementation that I would like to borrow from this project and implement in the project flows project. Investigate the specific card component with the nesting of the tasks that I want to move to another project. Now I don't know how good is going to be that prompt, but let's see what it's going to do. Just to make sure we've got everything set to chat. We've got Sonnet 3.7. Oh my god, it's okay. It's saying update the task. Let's actually see what it's going to do. Because it's actually saying update the task with the specific implementation details example. Oh my god, it's clever enough that, you know, from the context of the conversation, it literally went off and, you know, figure out which tool to use. It's amazing. Right, so let's have a look. Pa, pa, pa. Okay. Okay, so it treated that as resources. Right. It right, it's good because it provided the paths. So I'm hoping all I will need to do is just allow Claude Code to go in and basically give it access to those folders. So this seems like first of all quite simple prompt, and I'm hoping it's just going to work. So I believe that's all what we need from here. So I'm actually hoping it's going to implement all of it, including that nice progress bar. But for now, I'm going to close it. Oh yeah, before I move on, Google AI Studio, surprisingly, for development of apps, you know, I compared Lovable, I've done V0, I've done Firebase Studio as well, and I can't remember what I have done, but normally I didn't use Bolt, but I've used definitely Lovable, V0 and Firebase, and oh yeah, actually Claude itself. And I think Claude itself came up with the second best, where actually Lovable, Firebase not so much, Lovable and V0 actually didn't do as well as Google AI Studio, to my surprise. So I'm definitely going to focus a little bit more, at least when I'm starting projects, to do like initial prototyping and everything else, because I think it's done, you know, brilliant. Yeah, nothing here. But yeah, so yeah, I can basically at this stage, I can close this off. Um, I'm going to just switch back and forth to see where I am. Create task. Did you actually go somewhere or not? Well, never mind. We've got it as part of our um, um, task now. So I can clear this as I want to start fresh. Claude. The reason why I don't do it in Claude, why I don't clear in Claude, is because sometimes when I clear it in Claude, I still I don't know what's going on. Is it me just on WSL, or anyone else ever had that problem? But sometimes when Claude later produces after I clear, it would jump all the way up to beginning of the conversation and do some like weird stuff. I don't know why it does it, but it must be some bug. I don't know. Maybe it's just with WSL, or but it happened to me a few times. So sometimes I just prefer to come out of Claude, and then just clear it and create a new session. Let me know, guys, if you ever had any problem like that in the past. So I've just copied the simple prompt saying basically execute task 291, which is the task that we created earlier. And this is what I'm going to just execute with Claude Code, hoping for the best. And as you can see, it already moved it to doing. Right, so nice. And again, as you can see, we've got our task 291 created already, and it's just going through it and figuring out what it needs to do. As you can see, it's picking up our project, well, the files from the template. Let me just make sure it can do that. And you can see it's got like really good context. When you look at the messages, it's really nice to see it sometimes. So are we editing? What are we doing here? Right, we're going to say yes, and that created task item. UI component, okay. So kind of a little bit worried. As I can see, it created the task item. I'm kind of thinking, should I stop it? So the task item should is something I probably forgot to mention. I'm just going to add it now. Make sure that the new implementation still follows the look and feel of the current implementation. So the nested task cards within the epic cards should look exactly the same as the task cards on the higher level, if you know what I mean. So basically we still can have, the project can still have parent task, the project still can be parent of both task and epic, and then the tasks assigned to project on a high level should look the same as tasks assigned inside the epic on the lower level. So let's just because I can see it's starting to create like task item in here and stuff. So I'm thinking you going to create new object to nest inside. I mean, I don't know. I'm still hoping to, you know, hoping it will look and feel the same, just a little bit smaller. when it's nested. Right, so I think I really will need to go through the code and and see where I can do some consolidations. Because to me, it all looks like we have a lot of duplication within the code. I might be wrong. So I got epic. Why do we need to build? What do you build? Okay, so we got one project, two epics. That's nice. I believe that is newly added. Okay, I cannot see the epics look the same. Right. Okay, so right, so so even we wanted all to look visually consistent, we still want to make sure it looks like the implementation in TAM project. Temp. So we want epic card epic and project card to have progress bar drop down with all nested tasks. Just match the style to current project. So let's see. Right, so you've rebuilt it. Am I missing something? Okay, so right. Right. Still, I cannot see new car. I cannot see epic and project card changed. They look the same. No nested tasks or epics. Ooh, so right. Right. let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, so I cannot see what the fuck. Right, set. The point is you're not showing any progress bar. So the cat, right. Right. Okay. Epic cards do not show epic and project cards do not show progress bar or nested tasks or epics. They look exactly the same as task cards. Well, let's hope my limit will not run out before right. Right, I can rebuild it. Right. So for each epic and all project card you need to run list objects tools if expanded. But for now I cannot see the card being different. It should always show the progress bar. and be different than task card, regardless if you detect the children or not, simply because it's epic project card. Right, let's look at codecs as we run out of credits, and let's see, 3 p.m. Okay, so not long. So what do we have? We want to say investigate uncommitted changes, investigate all uncommitted changes and get and carry on with so let's do this guy. There is a problem where we wanted to have epic project cards to be different from task card. This is not the case. They look the same. So let's give it a starting prompt like that. Obviously, it can look through all the files that we haven't committed. Okay, so it's listed all the all the files. Let's see. Kind of played around with codecs since it was improved, and I'm positively surprised to its capabilities so far. So let's hope, let's hope it will not disappoint this time while we're running for Claude Code to unlock its limits imposed. And if not, we always got Gemini CLI as a fallback or windsurf. let's actually check if I can go ahead and take a picture. No, I don't think I can just paste it. The copy. Unfortunately, no. Oh, okay. So, right. Okay, so there is some, right. Okay, that's kind of not bad. It didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do, but fine. But actually, you know, it's actually doing something that is not entirely bad. It's showing me the project on a high level, which I not necessarily want to see. Ooh, ooh, okay. Right. Right, so we've got project, we've got some, so it's not entirely bad. Right. Okay, so so that kind of makes sense. When I do all tasks, I can see all tasks. I cannot see this guy, isn't it? Because this guy is part of. Right. Right, so I'm really surprised how it works. I don't know if it actually is um what well what Codex has developed, or is it just fixing the small things that were left behind by Claude Code? But it is a good progress. There is few things that I definitely want to change, because I know that project flows should have should have the should have the epics, but doesn't show the epics. So I need to fix that. So I can see the implementation. It looks a lot better now. The only thing is that when I use the sidebar to select one single project, I don't really want to see the project card anymore because I've got only one project. It kind of makes sense to have multiple projects when you select all projects only and then nested cards within, but then the nested cards should be both epics and tasks, not only tasks. At the moment when I select project flows 83, I can only see the tasks. I cannot see nested, I cannot see epics and tasks. And then where there is nested tasks within the epics, I should again see the card the same as for project currently with the progress bar and I should again see the same as I see for project currently, but it should be a epic with nested tasks. So we're almost there. I really like it. We just need to take it step level up and make sure it works perfectly. So I'm really warming up to Codex CLI. I think I'm still going to probably spend some time with it and see how it performs. But for now, I am really happy what it does. To be honest, it's hard to judge because I didn't develop entire task using it. It was just basically, carry on from where Claude Code stuck. But so far it's doing quite good job actually fixing something that I reiterated a few times with Claude and it couldn't find the reason for the cards not showing. So I'm really surprised how it progressed. It might be always the case that I will switch between the two tools, which I'm perfectly, I'm very happy to do. And yeah, I think it's done. It's perfect. It's really amazing. I mean, it is as on the picture. Right, and let's have a look at this guy. Yes, we've got project. This is perfect. So as you can see, guys, obviously I've got some rubbish here because that tasks that are not assigned. So as you can see, they're not assigned to the project, so they're correctly showing outside. They're just not assigned to anything. This is probably something that I use to like test, if I can create epic, so it's showing properly. And now it's showing us a project. So we see all tasks. You can see the project, and I imagine, right, if I can collapse it. So project flows. Right, project flows. Actually, there's a bit of a problem here because this project is actually connected to project flow. So that's another thing that I need to fix. But other than that, I believe that this task is sorted. It's amazing. And even even I ask it not to show the project structure when I select single project, and it knew exactly what to do. So it basically removed what we had earlier, and it it made it it made it one up. So it's really amazing implementation. And I believe that, you know, Claude Code is really good, but for now I can't really say anything bad about Codex CLI, because since they revamped it, it's, you know, it's second day I'm playing with it, with actually first day. I've done some setup yesterday, and there's good and bad about it, but you know, I'm hoping they're going to invest some time and effort in it, and they will make it into like a proper competition to Claude. But never mind. Thank you very much for watching, everyone.